welcome to Spoonie's World. I am Spoonie. Sorry about that little whoop. And today I'm watching a short video. It is called, as you all know, I'm learning about hummingbirds, right? And this one is from the channel Facts.net. Yeah? And it's an older video. It's about 4 years old, but hopefully the information is still correct. And it's called Hummingbird Facts and more about the smallest bird species. So, hopefully we're going to learn some interesting things. Maybe it'll help me, because if any of you have been watching, I've been having a little bit of a roller coaster ride with my hummingbirds. Are they here? Are they not here? Are they becoming my friends? Oh, I don't know. So I'm looking for some good ideas, maybe learn some things, things that I could maybe do differently to help create an environment, different nectars or whatever it is, because I still want that perch friendship, Hummingbird Goals, right? Anyway, let's see what this is all about. All right.
Don't forget.
Here we go. I don't know if you can hear Little Miss
Don't forget to like and
in the
subscribe
background.
for more neat facts to discover the world one click at a time.
Top of the sofa. All right,
Ever
Facts.net.
heard the
Okay,
saying,
here we
good
go.
things come in small packages? As the smallest birds in the world, hummingbirds prove
Smallest
just
birds
that
in the world? We
and
know that.
more. Native to the Americas, the average hummingbird weighs 5 grams, or just as heavy as a single sheet of paper.
So.
Despite their size, being a hummingbird is no
That one
small
looks like
feat.
Sylvie.
As the smallest migratory birds, hummingbirds can fly non-stop for 800 kilometers, stretching about 500 miles.
They cannot.
Known for flying
500
solo,
miles?
they're also one of the only
No.
animals that can migrate without company. Aside from their remarkable flying skills, what else is there to know about the world's tiniest birds?
The world's
Watch out
tiniest
to find
birds,
out.
and I have two that like to hang out.
Hummingbirds regularly visit over 1,000 flowers per day. Hummingbirds consume nectar for the carbohydrates in its sugar, which is their primary source of energy. Since flower nectar is the best source of sugar, the birds consume 5 to 8 doses of it per hour.
Now we were learning
In one
that
day,
about with
a
the other
hummingbird
video.
visits more than 1,000
How often
flowers
they have to
get
eat.
their daily nectar fix. Hummingbird eggs are the size of jelly beans. Most female
I
hummingbirds
actually do a
lay
video
in
in my
clutches
class, a
of
jelly
2
bean
eggs,
video
which
about
they
time.
incubate for 15 to 18 days.
Little jelly beans,
Hummingbird nests are smaller than a dollar bill. Most hummingbird nests measure 1.5 inches
I keep on
in
wondering, where do
diameter.
they nest? I keep on looking
which
up
is
in our
roughly the
trees,
size
and
of
I'm
a golf
looking,
ball.
and I'm looking. I
Hummingbird
caught some
parents
funny
weave
video
together
of them
twigs,
being in a bush
plant
during our
fibers, and leaves,
snowstorm.
using spider silk to bind their nests together. Generally, hummingbirds make nests for every season.
Aww.
Hummingbirds don't walk. Instead, it uses its tiny legs for perching
don't
and lateral
walk?
movements.
Not.
Hummingbirds eat a lot of nectar. Typically,
They don't walk.
hummingbirds consume twice their body weight in nectar for one day. Hummingbirds have a decent lifespan.
I wasn't expecting that fact.
Depending on its species, hummingbirds can live
to
for
5
2
years.
to 5 years.
Is their lifespan?
The birds are named for the sound they make. The quick
Oh,
flutter
here
of a
come some of
hummingbird's
their
wings
funny
make the
sounds.
titular humming sound they're named for.
If you haven't watched my other video about
Hummingbirds don't have a
my
sense of
thoughts
smell.
on some of the sounds they
However,
make, I highly
They have
suggest
good
checking
color
out that
vision
other video.
due to the dense concentration of cones in their retina.
It still makes me
Hummingbirds
giggle
have heightened
thinking
color
about it.
sensitivity for reds and yellows, while muting cooler tones such as blue. Hummingbirds don't
They
mate for life.
don't, huh?
Instead, hummingbirds simply look for mates while in heat, and
They're
likely
little
never see each other
promiscuous. They
again
don't
after they
mate for
copulate.
life, eh?
Hummingbirds
He
can
says they recognize you.
humans.
Okay, okay. All right.
Aside from recognizing flowers, they can tell which kind of souls would refill their feeders for a nectar fix. In flight, hummingbirds have an average heart rate of 1,200 beats per minute. Aside from its size, one of the hummingbird's most distinct traits is its crazy heartbeat. Its tiny heart pumps up to 1,200
we were learning
beats
that
per minute
about
when
their
it's flying around.
heartbeats.
At rest, its heart rate settles into 250 beats per minute. Compare that to the human average of only 80
remember
to
the torpor
100
thingy,
beats
though.
per minute, and you'll see the difference.
And this
Hummingbirds
their
are the
little
only
patchy
birds that
thing
can
is
fly
called
backwards.
a gorget. I remember
Hummingbirds
that
are the
from
only
last
ones known in nature to be capable of flying backwards
You
or
just-
upside down. The secret lies in their rotating wing
Like,
muscles,
what are
which
those
allows them a
military
wider range of motion
helicopters? Are
compared
they
to other
the-
birds.
Is it the Apache? The ones
There
that
are
can...
over 300
I don't know, there's
species
certain
of
helicopters
hummingbirds.
that...
A majority of these species
do
are
some
found in
amazing
South
things.
America, while only 8 species can be found in North America.
That's what they remind me
The
of.
broad-tailed hummingbird lives in mountainous regions. The broad-tailed hummingbird lives in the highland regions,
So many
spanning
different
western
types.
Canada
Look
and
at
the
those
US,
feeders.
to Guatemala and Mexico. It's a medium-sized hummingbird known for its male's rose magenta-colored throats. The ruby-throated hummingbirds are a solitary
They are a
species.
solitary
During the summer,
species.
the ruby-throated hummingbird
Northeast.
migrates to northeastern America, then leaving for Central
Okay.
America, Mexico, and
So they're not
Florida
here.
in the winter season.
Not where I live, anyway.
The ruby-throated
unless-
hummingbird grows about 3.5
No.
inches long with a 3 to 4 inch wingspan. These birds are known as solitary
Solitary.
hummingbirds with
Aw.
minimal social skills.
That sounds lonely. You're the smallest bird in the world,
The
and you
black-chinned
don't want to
hummingbird
be
is
friends
one of
with
the smallest
anybody?
species.
Come on now.
Generally speaking, hummingbirds
But
are
they
pretty
do
tiny.
battle over their
However,
resources.
black-chinned hummingbird is known for being one of the smallest species. These little birds are known for their black, green, and purple colors. Black-chinned hummingbirds frequently perch on bare branches as they migrate along the west coast to Mexico.
West coast of Mexico.
Rufous hummingbirds can fly over 3,000 kilometers.
3,000 kilometers?
Rufous hummingbirds may be small, but their flying skills are larger than life. These birds can fly over 3,200 kilometers during their migratory transit. Rufous hummingbirds mostly stay in the western half of the United States,
I haven't seen those.
depending on the season and
Very
migration
orangey,
period.
no?
The calliope hummingbird is the smallest bird in the
I have a
U.S.
feeling
Aside from
this
its bright
is what's
magenta
been
feathers,
hanging
the
out
calliope hummingbird is known as the smallest bird in the United States.
out our
These
back door.
birds are also widespread throughout Canada and Mexico.
Calliope? How do you say them?
Anna's hummingbird has a long
That's the
extendable
lo-
tongue. This medium-sized hummingbird is known for its
Yeah,
unique feeding habits.
Talking about their weird tongue
Anna's hummingbird
again.
takes nectar
Split
from
ends,
flowers
maybe.
with a long extendable tongue that stretches as long as its bill. These birds are omnivorous, consuming insects and arthropods as part of its diet. The bee hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world.
Hummingbird is
The
the
bee
smallest
hummingbird is
bird
not just
in
the smallest
world.
hummingbird in its class,
Oh, it's so...
but it is also the smallest one in the world.
Wow.
The female bee hummingbird is much larger than the male, with an average weight of 2.6 grams. The male bee hummingbird only weighs
Once
around
again,
1.95
another
grams.
species where the female
The
is
bee
usually
hummingbird is
larger
named
than
for
the
its
male.
swift and robust flight, much like the actual insect.
Oh, they're so
The
little.
biggest hummingbird is the Patagonia gigas. Also known as the giant hummingbird, the Patagonia gigas towers over its species. It can weigh up to
Wow.
24 grams and reach a wingspan of 8 inches. However, this comes at a price. The Patagonia gigas' average flight speed is 15 wing beats per second, which is
Ah.
slow for a hummingbird.
I almost don't know if I'd recognize it as a
Hummingbirds can
hummingbird.
migrate at night or day.
Day or night?
Generally, hummingbirds
feed
feed
in
in the morning.
Yeah.
However, at places with artificial light like porch lights,
I'll admit I've
hummingbirds
had
may
my
hunt
porch
and
our
eat
bar
during
backlights
nighttime,
on,
especially
like,
during
so
warmer
hopefully
seasons.
they can...
When it comes to migration, hummingbirds can fly regardless of time. Hummingbirds enter a
Here
hibernation
we
like
go.
state.
The torpor.
As soon as hummingbirds fall
Fascinating.
asleep, they go into a hibernation-like mode called torpor.
Hibernation.
This state allows the birds to have a deep sleep, which lets them slow down their metabolism to a 15th of its normal state. Their heart rate can drop around 50 beats per minute, slowing
That's
down their
amazing.
breathing. As a result, they can save up to 60%
Oh, this
of
was
their
only
energy in
60%.
this
The
state.
other one said it would drop even lower.
Some hummingbird species prefer not to
Some
migrate.
prefer not to migrate.
For unknown reasons, some hummingbirds would stay in their place and prefer not to
ones
migrate
near
during
me
the winter
don't.
season.
Apparently.
One
Maybe I'm
theory
doing a good
suggests
job.
that due to its ability to hibernate, several
Excuse me.
hummingbirds can survive even without migration. For instance, some of Anna's hummingbird species stay on the northwest coast, and some other parts of Canada all year long. Hummingbirds can look like a dead bird while in
They
torpor
look
state.
dead while they're in their
When
torpor
hummingbirds go into a
states.
state of torpor, they
Yeah,
hang themselves upside down.
I bumped into a
To an
neighbor
observer,
a few
a
days
sleeping
ago.
hummingbird can
and
look
they were
like a
telling
dead
me a while
bird,
back,
even if someone
like
touches
a
them.
while ago.
It's unlikely for them to wake up. On average, it takes around 20 minutes to 1
I don't
hour
even know what
for a
to do.
hummingbird to awaken from the torpor state.
Like I've mentioned before, I'm not a
Hummingbirds
bird
will eat
person. I'm trying to
25%
become a
of their
bird
daily
person.
intake after the torpor state.
I have
As
a
soon as
sibling,
hummingbirds
an
wake
older
up from the
sister,
torpor state,
who
the first thing
she
they will
always
do
had
is to look
birds,
for
and
food.
I always thought that was so
They will
cool.
binge over 25% of the daily
But
consumption
I'm
intake
flying all
to
around. I
restore
don't know,
energy
it's kinda
and
freaking me
stack
out.
up
Maybe that's the
nutrients.
influence of my mom, but
Hummingbirds
trying
are the
to
world's
fix that
smallest
because I love
warm-blooded
birds
animal.
in the sense that they're
Aside from the
beautiful.
fact that
I
the
love
hummingbirds
hearing them,
are the
I love
world's smallest
watching them.
warm-blooded
But
animals,
I've never had
they
one
don't
like
have
as
the
a
insulating
pet. I
feathers
still don't know if I
commonly
want
found in
that.
birds.
I'm
Instead,
more of a dog
hummingbirds
and
have a
cat
unique
kind
way of
person for
conserving
pets.
energy to endure cold
never
nights
know.
by
This
reducing
may
their
change
internal
me.
thermostat at night. The Rufous
Rufus.
hummingbird is the longest
I
migrating
can't help it.
hummingbird
When
species.
I hear the name Rufus, I think Bill
These
and Ted.
hummingbirds can fly close to 5,000 kilometers from their nesting grounds
Rufus!
in Canada and Alaska.
George Carlin, if
to
you
their
don't know,
winter
played
home
that
in
character.
Mexico.
Side note, excellent
Hummingbirds are
stand-up.
also known
Had
as the flying
the
jewels.
good fortune to see him once.
Most bird
when he was
species
still
have
alive.
around 1,500 to 25,000 feathers. However, hummingbirds have less than
Less than
1,000
1,000
feathers.
feathers.
They're known as the flying jewels because they can change their feather colors in flight.
What? Wait, what?
Hummingbirds can recognize flowers they have already visited. Hummingbirds are one of the
They're
most
some of the most
intelligent
inte-
birds.
How are they some of the most
Compared
intelligent?
to their body mass, they have a large brain, weighing
Their
4.2%
big
of
brain.
the hummingbird total body weight. Because of this,
They can tell
hummingbirds can tell
apart
apart
fresh flowers from ones
the
they've
ones they have
visited.
already visited. They can
Well,
also
I mean,
determine when
that's
a
a
flower
good
will
survival
refill
skill.
its nectar.
You don't want to repeat your
Hummingbirds
efforts,
may be
especially
tiny, but
if
it's
you're
always
like
nice to
every
learn that they have a
effort
little world of their own.
burns calories.
This only reminds us of the small wonders of nature that we probably ignore in our day-to-day lives. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to stop and take a look.
Wow.
If you enjoyed our video, don't forget to like,
you so
share, and
much for
subscribe to our
that.
channel for more facts videos.
That was fascinating. Fascinating. And they did it in chapters. I like that. So you can, hummingbirds can recognize that, birds, or excuse me, flowers, etc., etc. The Rufous hummingbird. What an awesome video. I'm really happy I found it. And hopefully you all learned something too. Anyhow, I'm still trying to learn. These little critters are fascinating, and it inspires me to actually learn more about the other birds in my area. I have woodpeckers, hawks, falcons, pigeon doves, vultures. I remember once I was walking, I was doing one of my little country walks, and I hear this like bones crunching. I'm like, what's that? And it was during, I want to say, I don't know, the hay was high, or the wheat, whatever they were growing, it was tall, and you could just see this like rustling and then crunch, crunch, crunch. And as I kind of like definitely walk a little further back from it, and then further away, there was another angle where I could see in, and sure enough, it was one of the turkey vultures eating something, clearly part of the bones. But anyway, there's just so many different birds around here, so much diversity. And so I picked the ones that apparently are the smallest and maybe some of the smartest birds too. So that was very cool. I'm curious to learn more. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by. You guys are the best part of Spoonie's World. The people that actually stop in and watch and continue to come back and root me on and say, yeah, more please. I'm like, wow, thank you. I'm honored. So I hope you're having a good day, evening, whenever it is you're watching this. And I mean it. I really do appreciate you. And thank you so much for being the best part of Spoonie's World. I hope to see you again soon. Come back for more. Thanks.